All right. Good morning, everybody. How are you doing? My name is Dominic Bizzurdo, and I'm Integrated Regional Director with Take Shape for Life. And I'm going to be partnering up today with my partner in crime, Corinne Ewan. She's an Executive Director with Take Shape for Life. And we're going to get you going strong on your Senior Coach Strong Bootcamp. So today we're going to discuss Facebook. So just a little bit of a rundown today on what we're going to discuss. We're going to discuss your launching of Facebook, kind of some of the expectations, guidelines on how we're going to be doing that. We're going to be expanding your 100s list. What this is going to be, it's going to be just kind of names that you're going to accumulate along the way as you're making connections through Facebook and getting the word out. We're going to go over starting authentic conversations and how to do that through Facebook. Also, getting the word out over the phone. We're going to go to an old school tool, the phone and in person, instead of just always using Facebook. Also, though, while we are on Facebook, we're going to teach you kind of how to move those conversations to the phone. So we want to move them from the social media platform to where you're speaking to an actual person. And then we're going to go over some of the do's and don'ts of social media, and then some ideas for posting on social media. So with that, I'm going to turn it over to Corinne, and she's going to get us going on the Facebook launch. Corinne?
Good morning. It is recommended that before you do your Facebook launch, we like to say that having 500 friends is a good number of friends to have. But when you get to that point, whether you have 500 friends or not, but you're ready to go ahead and jump in and do that post, we want you to do a few things. So first thing is we want you to change your job title to Health and Wellness Coach, and the company will be set to McDonald Center for Obesity Prevention and Education, and then in parentheses, COPE. We want to make sure everything health coach related is set to public so that anyone, if they're just searching on Facebook, can come across your posts. You don't want to limit those. So, and honestly, if you're comfortable with it, all of your posts being set to public would be a great thing so that when they come to your page, they see the whole you. They see that you're just a normal person and you're not just someone who talks nothing about health or nothing but health. So, that this is all your comfort level and that sort of thing. And then you want to create a Facebook album, and it's called Successful Clients. And when you upload your before and after and anyone else's before and afters, you're going to want to throw it in that album. When you go to upload your before and after, add your story in the comments. And then you also want to make sure that on your before and after you have a disclaimer. Our current disclaimer says that the average weight loss for clients on the Optimal Weight 5-in-1 plan with support is 20 pounds, and clients are in weight loss on it for an average of 12 weeks. For people that just like your picture, you want to go ahead and we'll go into the details, but for people who like your picture, you want to go ahead and we'll talk about what to do, but we're going to be hitting those people up. And then we're also going to be obviously working with the people who comment on the picture. And for the ones who say, hey, what are you doing? Then, we want to jump into a conversation and take them to the phone. So basically, what is our purpose with all this? We want to start authentic conversations with the people we interact with on Facebook. And eventually we'd like to take all those conversations to the phone and get the word out. So for folks who are interested, set up a time to do an Explore call and take them through either the 3-way call Explore outline. And if you're not comfortable with that, get on with your coach and do it and have them help you with it.
All right. So as you're doing this and as you're creating contacts, you're going to be expanding your list. There's going to be people that are going to be liking your posts that you're doing on Facebook. And there's also going to be people that are very interested in asking what you're actually doing. Send me it. I want to do this diet, lifestyle, whatever you did, they're going to want to do. So you're going to want to make sure that you're keeping track of them somewhere. So there's a contact worksheet that's going to help you with this. I do want to show you one real quick. Let me pull it up. If you guys can still see my screen. This is a contact worksheet right here. I'm going to expand it a little bit if I can. Where did it go? All right. So it's going to have a place where you can put their name, phone number, email address, and just kind of like what date that you've spoken to these individuals on. And then over to the right, you can take some notes on it. So you always know kind of where the conversation led. So you can follow up. And we're working to have authentic conversations. So keeping track of what you've already spoke to them about is going to be big here. Okay. So the contact worksheet, let's see. My computer is thinking a little bit. So, all right, there we go. So go back to the presentation, but that's where you want to keep and track, and you want to keep it in a folder wherever you're doing your work with Take Shape for Life. If you're having it in your tracking binder, or if you have a separate notebook set aside just for activities or calendar, things like that, that's where you're going to kind of want to keep it, okay? So we're going to start authentic conversations. So we want to set a goal on how we do this, and we definitely want to be intentional. So we want to, as we're getting our lists and we're creating our contact lists and we're building up to 100 people, we want to keep that list growing, obviously, but we call it the hundreds. But as we're building up, we want to set each day who we're going to actually speak with, okay? So pick 5 people off that list. Maybe some of them you have starred because you really want to help them. Pick those individuals and say, on Monday, I'm going to reach out to these 3. And then what you're going to do is you're going to go to their Facebook page and you're going to like or comment on 2 or 3 of their different posts. You're also going to start a Facebook private message or text conversations with them. So some of these conversations, they're very simple. I mean, you're just going to reach out and you're just going to say hi to them. It doesn't have to be anything. Oh, excuse me, one second. Guy, go. All right, sorry. I had little kiddos running into the room. So, say hi. Yes, go. Sorry. So you're going to want to... go. Sorry about that, guys. All right, where was I? All right, starting Facebook or private message, text conversations, just say hi. Simply reach out. We want to be authentic. There's not... anything else that we want to do in these conversations other than just be ourselves. So we want to take the conversations where they go, and we just want to be interested in them. And we want to do that more than we want to be interesting with ourselves. So we just don't want to jump right in and say, oh, I'm a health coach. Thanks for saying hi to me. Do you know anybody that wants to get healthy? No, that's not what it's about. We want to see how their day's going. We want to comment on their pictures when they post a picture of their family. And be genuine, like it, and be like, wow, you have a beautiful family. Your daughter is beautiful. Last night, I went to a father-daughter dance with my daughter, and I posted it on Facebook. And I had many people just reaching out and commenting, telling me how gorgeous she looked, or, wow, that's nice, what a fun night, or I can't wait to see that happen in my life where I'm taking my daughter to a dance. And these are individuals just coming from their heart, just naturally starting conversation with me. So they're interested in my post, and you want to be interested in them more than you want to be interesting. Because once we're interesting, people can sense it, and then we're trying to overtalk and we're not being authentic and genuine with them. So eventually the conversation is going to go towards health. And then that's when we're going to, take it to the phone, and we're going to get the word out and let them know what we're going to do. So we're going to follow the 5 steps in getting the word out. So I'm going to now transition to a different screen, and we're going to show you kind of what that conversation sounds like once it gets to the phone, and we're going to go through it. So I'm going to show you this document. In 1 second, pull it up. Where did it go? All right, here we go. So if you can see this. All right, Corinne, can you see that?
I can.
All right.
And we'll be sure to post a link to this when we post the recording, so you guys can easily find this document. So don't worry about having to track it down. But basically, we're going to demo it for you. So here we go. Hi, Dom. This is Corinne. How are you?
I'm doing great. How are you doing?
I'm awesome. I have a quick question. Do you have a minute?
For you? Sure.
Do you want to hear something exciting?
Yeah.
So I've struggled with my weight pretty much my entire life. It's been something that's plagued me since I was a little girl. I've lost weight before and gained it back and lost it and gained it back. And just nothing really helped me keep it off long term until I found this program. And I lost 76 pounds in about 6.5 months.
76 pounds?
I know, right? It's an amazing feeling. And the crazy part is I have so much energy. It's so much easier to keep up with my toddler now. It's been really wild. So, so basically, because it's changed my life as much as it has, I've decided to pay it forward. I'd like to help people experience the same kind of change in their life that I've been able to experience. So what I was wondering, since you know people I don't, would you be willing, would you be willing to let me send you some information about the program?
Yeah, of course. It sounds amazing.
Awesome. And when you're looking at that information, if you think of anybody who maybe struggles with their weight or eating properly or has diabetes or just maybe wants a little more energy in their life, would you be willing to forward them that link?
Yeah, of course. I think I know a lot of people like that, actually.
Awesome. Awesome. And would you mind if I called you tomorrow just to follow up and make sure you get the info? Sometimes stuff gets stuck in spam.
Yeah, sure.
Very cool. So what would be a good time for us to chat?
You know what? What's today? Saturday? Maybe Monday afternoon. I'm free that time.
Okay, maybe like 1 o'clock?
Sounds perfect.
Awesome. All right, 1 o'clock on Monday. I will give you a call then. So what would be the best email address for me to send this info to?
You know what? It's actually dbazerto3 at AOL.com.
All right, awesome. And would you mind if I kept you updated on how things are going with this program long term?
No, that would be awesome. Yeah, I mean, you've lost 76 pounds. I would love to see what other people are doing.
Very cool. And are you on Facebook by any chance?
Yeah, definitely am.
Awesome. Let's connect there too. I'm going to send you a friend request shortly after this.
All right, perfect.
Awesome. Thanks so much for your help. I really appreciate it.
Hey, you're welcome.
Have a great rest of your day. Bye.
Thank you. You too. Bye-bye.
So that's a little bit of what it looks like to kind of have that conversation with everybody. And then, you can see in this outline here that it also gives you all of the details you need for what the next steps are.
Yeah, so we're getting the word out, and we're not having our words get them. So that's why it's called getting the word out. And what it does is we're basically looking to genuinely connect with them through our stories and experiences, and leveraging those and our passion for the journey that we've been on and helping others to get into their world and to connect with those individuals that may need help that we would otherwise not have been able to speak with. So we're reaching out to them, getting the word out, connecting, because we know them. They're probably our warm market, I guess you could say, and then they're in turn just helping us out. So the phone call is not to get that specific individual to sign up like right now. This phone call could go to anybody, healthy, fit, unhealthy, unfit, that needs our help, just so they can get the word out to others that it may be the right time for them. And this is all about intrinsic motivation when they go onto our program. So it's not about us convincing somebody to do something. It's about them being ready. And this is just one of the steps to let other individuals know what we're doing, be able to help them. And when the spark is ready, they're going to come. So it helps us get into their world and let us share the gift with them. Okay. So that should take away a lot of the fear that a lot of us have getting on the phone. I know when I first started health coaching, that was a big fear to pick up the phone to speak with somebody that maybe I hadn't spoke to in a long time, because I felt like they know what I'm going to be calling them for. And it's not about that. They know that I'm health coaching. It wasn't about that. It wasn't about me. It was about me sharing the gift that I have and getting it out into their world. And then whoever decides to take it and run with it, they take it and run with it. Okay? And then it's just going to enable us to serve a lot more people by doing that way and approaching it that way. So the system, or the recipe, as you saw, she collected my email address. So now we have a thank you email. And if any of you does not have a thank you email, get with your mentor coach right away after this and get it from them. But we want to send that email to them with it has a link to our landing page, a little blurb about our story, maybe a before and after picture, and then it gives them an idea of like, hey, when you're looking through this, there could be certain individuals with ABC health issues. If you can just pass my information along, that would be great. So you're going to want to send that email out to them within 24 hours of collecting their email. And you want to add them to your connections group. This is another item. If you don't already have it set up, get with your mentor coach and set it up with them through Gmail. Gmail has a great place to actually go through and set up groups. We know that we're going to be friending them on Facebook because we've asked if we're friends on Facebook or not. So you're going to want to go look for them on Facebook and just do that friend. And then we want to follow up with them. This is key, very important, following up with people within 48 hours of us making this connection and getting the word out and us sending them the email. And we're basically following up to see if they had any questions, not to see if they're ready to start my program, but to see if they have any questions in regards to the link in case they're going to be sharing it with other individuals and the website. So, and then now that we have them set up in our connections group, we've asked that we help that if we could keep them updated. And the way that we do that, not only through Facebook and before and after pictures, but it's sending what's called a connections email every 2 weeks. And we want to be very, very consistent with the connections email. What it is, it's basically a before and after picture with somebody's story. And we're going through and it just outlines their journey. It maybe has some information about our journey in there as well, but it's just something that we send religiously every 2 weeks. I know in our business, when we're doing things consistently, we're setting up, we're sending the connections emails, we get individuals that will respond. I mean, maybe not everybody after the first email, but we've sent them out religiously for about 1.5 years, 2 years. And we'd have people from 6 months that we had made a connections with. 6 months ago, they would see one of our emails and it would really resonate with them. Maybe they just got out of a doctor's appointment when they check the email and they read it. And the doctor just said, hey, you're going to have to go on medications. Whatever it is, after the consistency and them seeing you around and continually helping people, something goes off, something clicks with them. So be religious and consistent with them. All right, now we're going to go into, once you do these posts, we're going to go into utilizing likes.
Yeah, so I think the common misconception is that really the people who are commenting are the ones that you should be having conversations with. And you should definitely be having conversations with those people. But people that like your posts are liking them for a reason. They're not going, they're not just clicking on it to click on it, like they actually enjoy it. So don't forget to interact with the likes. It's a really good group of people to be hitting up. I'm going to go to the next one. So when you, basically we want to send private messages to everyone who likes your posts, especially the health related posts. To say, thanks, Michelle, for the like on my Facebook picture. It means a lot. Thanks, Michelle, for the like on my Facebook picture. It means a lot. What's going on in your life these days? Thanks, Michelle, for the like on my Facebook picture about John's health journey. I know it means a ton to him that you liked it. Thanks for celebrating his success with me today. And then, so that's the ones for like health related posts, but basically any post you could follow up on. And this helps you to create those authentic conversations with people and make sure you're opening the door. Thanks, Michelle, for the comment on my Facebook picture about, I don't know, my daughter playing in the yard or an event I went to over the weekend or whatever. It means a lot. What's exciting in your life these days? So it just really helps you open the door so that you can have that conversation so that later on when health, comes up, then you have a window to chat with them about, and get the word out basically.
All right. So like we said, there's going to be people that like it, and then there's going to be people that are interested in your posts. Okay. Now, when we respond to the people that are interested that say, hey, what's the program that you're doing? what is this? I need to know more. We don't want to reply directly to their comment. So when you're looking at somebody's feed and it says comments on Facebook, you're going to see a section for somebody to add in another comment, or you're going to see a section right under a comment that says reply. You want to put it right into the regular comments. You don't want to reply, because if you reply, not everybody will see the activity on your post and they won't get a notification. But if somebody comments and then you post a comment, it will come up saying such and such also commented on this post. So what you want to do in the comment section is you want to tag them. So you want to tag them. If you guys know how to do that, you want to tag them in the post and say, hey, check your inbox. I'll private message you some information. Now that you do that, what do I say? What type of information? You just say, hey, Jane Doe, so good to hear from you. You know, I'm honored that you trusted to reach out to me. It sounds like you're looking forward something that will assist you to reach your health goals. What's the best number and ideal time to reach you today? You know, I'm excited to hear and listen to what you want and see if what we coach is a match for what you're looking for. So that's something that you would just put in the private message, because we're trying to move it to the phone. So once again, the system, it's like a recipe, you know, you follow the instructions and it works. There's magic in these systems. So you want to send a thank you email within 24 hours. You want to add their email to the connections group if they gave that to you over the phone and you sent them more information. And now that you already know that you're friends with them on Facebook, you want to add them to one of our client support groups on Facebook. So for many of you, it could be Healthy Habits with Us, or for some of you, it may be Discovering Health, but you want to add them in there just so they can see what our community is all about and get a feel for our culture and see if it's a right fit for them. Because the energy in that group by itself alone, I mean, it's very, very inspiring and motivating, as you guys know. So this will definitely help them, you know, put their guard down and feel like, wow, these people are really genuine people just looking to do good for others. So you want to get them into that group. It's a super important step. And then you want to follow up with them on the day and time that you agreed to. So we keep harping on the follow up, follow up, follow up, follow up. There's magic in the following up. So some of these individuals, they just have life occurrences going on and they may not be getting back to you after the first call. So the second call, you know, you want to follow up on the next day. So if you followed up on the time that they said for you to call them, like I had spoke with Corinne, and we were saying on Monday at 1 o'clock, well, if she didn't get a hold of me, she would follow up then on Tuesday. And then once again, she would follow up again. So the third time. And if there was no connection with me, if she didn't get a hold of me, we want to give them at that point in time an off the hook, because we don't want to be that person that it seems like we're going after them for anything, because we're not. We're just doing what we said we were going to do. We're just following up with them because I told you that I was going to follow up with you. So after the third time, though, the off the hook, it's in parentheses, or I mean quotation marks, because there's a script that goes along with it. And let me tell you, it's super powerful. The off the hook sounds something to the fact of, hey, you know what? It's Dominic. I wanted to reach out to you. I know I said I would, so I just wanted to make sure that I did. But you know, now I kind of feel like I might be bugging, and that's the furthest thing from what I want to do. You know, our friendship is the most important thing, and I just want you to know that. So in order for me not to feel that way, I just want to let you know that the next time I call, it's not going to be about the program and the information. It's just going to be completely about our friendship, because that's the most important thing. All right, I hope you're doing great. Take care. And that's an off the hook question. I mean, off the hook script. And it's super powerful, because now it takes the ball, it takes everything away from them, because now they know, like, hey, they're not trying to get me. It's not about that. They're just looking to help. So off the hook. And then after that, we're going to send, once again, the connections email every 2 weeks is what we want to be consistent with. So it's very similar to the other one. The only other steps that we're looking at in here pretty much are adding them to that support group, because we're already friends with them on Facebook. So how to use social media to build those relationships like we spoke about. Well, personally, I post maybe 3 to 4 times a day. So I just post anything from a lot of different categories in my life, like different things that I'm interested in, different hobbies. So just I post about my family, I post about sports, I post about health coaching, I post motivational quotes, I post about different things that I'm eating, health, whatever it may be, business articles that I like, books that I'm reading. So you're going to want to post often. Okay. So if you're doing a grand opening on Facebook and this is your first time launching your before and after pictures, you want to make sure that you're available to check your Facebook often, because it can get going. It could get building up. It could build up pretty quick, and a lot of activity. So you want to make sure that you're checking and staying on top of that. We have, it says utilizing your candidate list. So like we had spoke about a little bit earlier, choosing those people that you're going to be intentional with that day and going to their page, comment, like, post. So utilize that list, the contact list that we displayed earlier. And then for people that you're trying to reconnect with and build a relationship with, just private message them and say hi. That's all you have to do. Say hi and kind of see where the conversation goes from there. Try, a lot of times you're going to want to, they call it forward. I don't know if you've ever heard of that. So it's, you want to ask them maybe about how their family's doing. There's the F. Or, like occupation, how's work going? How's everything been for you? Recreation, like what do they like to do, like for their fun time? Like, hey, how's, I don't know, snowboarding been going? You've been posting a lot of pictures. Looks like you're going to Mammoth. That looks super fun. How's that going? How are your vacation going? It looks like you're traveling the world. So that's recreation. And then the D is dreams. Like, wow, I see you posting a lot of pictures of these homes and like these vacation spots that you want to go to. Tell me more about that, So those are things that can help you build relationships, not only in person, but on Facebook and through messaging. And it can come after a simple hi. And you'd be surprised. There's magic in that. All right, now we're going to go into some of the ideas.
Yeah, so there's all kinds of stuff you can post on social media. You can post before and afters, and sugar shots. So sugar shots, those are awesome because sometimes I think people can't really wrap their head around maybe how much weight you've lost. So those are kind of a fun way to show. I know for around Thanksgiving, we did, a few coaches did something like the turkey shot where they held up the number of turkeys that they lost. So there's fun ideas behind that kind of stuff. You could do a 30 Days of Hope campaign where maybe for 30 days straight, you're posting a before and after every single day. Healthy recipes. So, let people know the kind of stuff that you can eat on this program, for lean and greens and stuff like that, because I think people don't realize how delicious healthy food can be. So sharing those recipes with people can be really powerful. Throwback pictures. So, use those opportunities when things show up in your timeline where it was like, oh, you posted this 3 years ago. Maybe that's a great opportunity to go, oh my gosh, I can't remember looking like this. Or I remember when I took this picture, I just felt, so you can kind of put that back up and talk about how things have changed for you since that picture. Post family pictures. Let people know, that you're a real person and that, you have a heart. And so I think usually showing family pictures shows people that. Living your life out loud. So, if you're going on a hike, share with people that you're hiking today. Show them that you're living a healthy lifestyle. If you're going to events, if you're hanging out with other health coaches, just post everything and anything that's just kind of showing what's going on in your life. And inspirational quotes. I think a lot of people don't realize the importance of those. A lot of people may not read them, but sometimes you may post something that'll really hit someone. So if you have something that you really kind of hit home for you, share it. And a lot of times you'll find that people will comment and it can start conversations there too. So those are just a few ideas. We do try and stay kind of I mean, we don't necessarily want to filter everything, and not that you shouldn't be real on Facebook, but at the same time, maybe stay away from stuff that could be a little polarizing, stuff like that. So,
Yeah, to kind of add to that, people are watching everything that you do, and people are going to follow you because of your energy and your beliefs. So getting on to certain topics, I mean, I know a lot of us, we have our opinions about what is going on, but some of them can be very, very polarizing, and um, you could be pushing away a lot of different people if it's, say, a negative opinion that you may have on something, or it can just get very ugly out there. So we just want you to make sure that you're aware of it, because we want to paint what we're doing in a positive light, and we want people to be inspired and want to follow you. So just kind of watch your verbiage when you're doing some of those posts. Watch what you're putting out there, because it could come back and bite you.
So do's and don'ts. Basically, we don't really ever want to send website information or pricing via email or chat. We really want to work on people's whys before we give them any of that information. I mean, the website can be super overwhelming. There's so much stuff there. And, the price, I think a lot of people see it and they don't really know the whole thing behind it. They don't realize it's most of their food, and they're not thinking about how much they're actually spending. And so really, we want to take it to the phone. We want to get to know them. We want to understand their goals, and we want to help them understand how this program can fit into their life. And so sending those things via email or chat, it may work once or twice, but you could be missing a whole lot of people by doing it that way. Don't let your clients place their first order. And I'll tell you, I made the mistake of walking people through it the first couple times, and that was such a mistake. They're going to like what they're going to like, and honestly, the favorites kit is exactly what it's supposed to be, and that's what we do. We know that they get their books, they get a great variety of stuff, and it makes the whole process of getting someone started really quick and easy for everyone involved. So it works. Don't mention the name of the program, because what's the first thing everybody's going to do when they hear the name of the program? They're going to jump on Google and they're going to Google it, and what tends to be on the internet? More negative than positive stuff. So really, we just want to work with them on what are their goals, and how we can help them achieve them. And the name of the program isn't really important, at least not at this point in time. And don't share other coaches' posts. If a coach posts something and you'd like to share it, just get their permission and then save the photo, save the text, and you can set it up as your own post. What'll happen if you share another coach's post is basically when people click on it, they're going to go to that coach instead of coming to you. So we want to make sure not to share other coaches' posts. And don't tag other coaches on your posts. Basically, again, that's going to lead someone back to their page instead of yours. So, and then do follow up with those people that didn't get back to you before. So if you sent them a message or you gave them a phone call, hey, follow up. Follow up, as Dawn has mentioned a few times, there's magic in it. And you know what? It takes quite a few follow-ups for some people. I think I've heard on average, it's like 8 to 10 follow-ups is the average for most people before they're finally have their head wrapped around whatever it is, or, life isn't in the way for them anymore. So just keep following up and don't get frustrated. If people don't answer, no big deal. It's totally okay. Just move on and then follow up with them another time. And have as much fun as possible. I mean, we're out here helping people. We're helping people change their lives. And, don't let some of the ins and outs of the process of getting the word out and everything else get you down. Like, this is a fun game. I know at my day job, I don't get to help people change their lives. So I much prefer making my phone calls on my way home from work and stuff like that. So make it fun. And then attend events. Events are absolutely huge. We just got back from Go Global, and I think it was life-changing for a lot of us. And so if you qualify, go. It's not a cost. It's not, something that you should be worried about having to figure things out for. Make it happen. It's 100% worth it. It's an investment in your business. It's an investment in yourself. So just know when these events come up, just make it happen. And when you make the decision, things will fall into place.
Questions? Wow, no, we covered a lot today, and you're not going to absorb it all maybe right away, but feel free and let us know if something you had a question on right now. So now here's the time. We got a few minutes. We would definitely like to hear from you and see if we can help you on your journey as a health coach, just getting started. Because I know in the beginning when I first started, there was a lot of information that I was getting, and I wasn't really sure what to do with it all. So please raise your hand or go for it. Let's see.
Yeah,
is it Ty?
I had a question. One thing I noticed that you said just recently was not basically saying what the program is called because, they go to Google or whatnot. I think I've made that mistake a couple times because people tend to ask a lot of questions. What's something I could say or what's something that I should do to kind of divert it to where, I just end up sending the information? Because I think one thing I definitely want to work on is, creating that welcome letter, that information letter. But what's something I could say to kind of veer them away from basically saying exactly what the program is called?
Well, first off, we want to be honest and we want to be authentic. A lot of that has to do when we say, hey, don't put it on your posts like TSFL or Take Shape for Life. Don't put it on, don't put your ordering website on a thank you email and send it out where it says Take Shape for Life. Now, if you're having a conversation with somebody about the program, by all means, if you're in the Explore call or an interested script, how we used to call them, or what, if you're in there and you're talking and you're explaining the program, by all means, let them know what it is, because now they're hearing your experience, you're hearing their why, you're sharing the information back and forth. But it's when you do a before and after picture, whether it be on Instagram, Facebook, or Twitter, something like that, or you send out an email, if you put reference to Take Shape for Life, they're going to circumvent you and they're going to go around to Google right away and they're going to get it. But by all means, if you're talking face to face and you're having that conversation go deeper, that is something that we're not going to, I'm not going to tell you,
Okay. Yeah.
Weird and awkward or whatnot. So, go ahead and tell them, Take Shape for Life, and then just come from a good place, come from your heart and say, this is something that's really changed my life. And then your story. So you always want to be armed with your story if you're going to be going into that, so they know it happened to you, a real person.
Got it. Okay.
I just want to add really quickly too, if you're still in that Facebook chat mode and they're asking what the program is and stuff like that, maybe just tell them it's an optimal health program where we teach healthy habits, and just kind of give them a little bit of a description of, a very, very light description of what type of, what the program entails. And then once you can get them to the phone so that you can have that genuine conversation about what their goals are and stuff like that, then yeah, as Dominic said, then you tell them it's Take Shape for Life and let them know what's going on.
Okay, yeah, because I'm mainly finding that with like face-to-face conversation, just because with my day job, I see a lot of people throughout the day, and it does come up in conversation, and sometimes their questions kind of keep going, and like I slowly try to like reel them in to try and get on a an Explorer call, but like they keep asking questions. It's like, well, I don't want to like not tell them, but I just noticed that came up, so I didn't know if I was still doing the right thing, if I should I'm not going out of my way to explain everything, but once they start kind of asking questions, I'm like, well, yeah, here's what it's called, and here's what I'm doing, and this, that, and the third. So,
sure. And just another thing that may help too is in those conversations, if you can, try to posture your time, and try to, hey, it sounds you're going to have a lot of questions. There's a lot of information I can give you. When's a better time that maybe we can chat about this in more detail?
Okay, got it. Cool. Okay,
so you're not looking like you're cutting them off, but just that you want to really know like what you can help them with.
Definitely. Okay, sounds good. Thank you. I appreciate that.
No, awesome question. I love it. Who else may have a question out there?
I think Dawn had one. Do you still have a question, Dawn?
I do. So my question is, with the getting the word out, if I, as a mentor, and am helping, let's say, a new coach get the word out, whose story am I going to share? Because I don't know their story like they do.
Mm-hmm. Well, the getting the word out, that is, I guess we're reacclimating ourselves to that whole idea of the getting the word out over the phone. Again, it's something that we used to do a lot of. And then the simple systems came in, and we kind of didn't have that as much as we had kind of the Explorer calls and the posts and everything like that. So that we should be practicing it with our mentee, I guess you could say, with the new health coach. We should be practicing it before we get on the phone. And I know when I did those calls and when I do them with my coaches, they're using their own story, and we're calling somebody in their group, and it's being set up as, hey, you know what, I am starting a new health coaching business, and I need to practice what I'm going to tell individuals. So they're setting up practice calls with somebody that may be a potential person that they want to help, or somebody that can potentially just help them in their business. So they're using their story, and they're just saying that I have my mentor on the line. She's just going to make sure that, you know, I'm giving the right information and I'm doing it right. And that way she can help if there's any questions or anything like that that you may have.
Thanks, Don.
Yeah. Who else? I love questions. Anybody?
I do want to add something. I kind of missed my window earlier when we were talking about the getting the word out script. I think something that really helped me wrap my head around, not being as nervous about making those phone calls is the idea of, what if you opened a restaurant or a nail salon or something like that? Wouldn't you want to pick up the phone and call your friends and say, hey, let me do your toes, or let me serve you, dinner? Like, hey, come by, check it out, that sort of thing. So if you go into this thinking about that same kind of equivalency, it makes it a lot easier to call and just say, hey, I just want to let you know this is something that's really cool and near and dear to my heart, and something that I'm really passionate about. And I'd really love it if you could help me get the word out and let me help more people, kind of thing. So I know for me, that was huge.
Yeah, no, that's definitely it. There's soft openings, things like that at those restaurants, and that's basically what they're doing. They're getting the word out and telling everybody that they know. And that's what we're doing. And they're not looking specifically for those individuals to come in and buy like right then and there. But hey, they may know people that it's the right place for them. They may say I'm throwing it out there. Say you're opening a Thai food restaurant, or they may not like Thai food. They don't like Thai food, but they know people that like Thai food, and then they're going to go ahead and, hey, just help me out. I'm going to open up this business, and it's a Thai food restaurant. I know you hate it, but hey, I know your brother loves it. Would you mind spreading the word for me out there? That's exactly what would happen.
Exactly.
Awesome. Yeah, that's definitely something that we didn't cover. Anything else? All right. Well, I'm going to load back up action steps, kind of see what we can take this going forward. Let's see. Let's see if I can get there. Sorry, I'm just moving things around so I can get it for you guys. All right. So you can see it, take a picture, and run with it.
And we'll post these action steps with the recording too, I would think.
Perfect. Yes, we will definitely. So action steps. We want to add 5 to 10 new Facebook friends daily. What we're going to do, that's going to keep our list going and growing. I know in the beginning of our business, this was something that we had some concepts about, but we definitely want to make sure that we're continually adding people so that we can continually be touching more and more lives. We want to, every time we do post something, we want to go back and we want to review all the likes and all the comments, and we want to add those names to your contact list so it's continually growing. This should be a fluid list that you have in one place that you're continually writing names down on. And then the next thing we want to do is message your support team right now and ask them if you're ready for a Facebook launch. So if you have not launched Facebook, now could be the time. Now could be the time. So reach out to your mentorship and find out and see if you're ready to do it. And get ready, strap your seatbelt on, because it could be a ride once you do that, huh, Corinne?
Oh yeah, oh yeah. I always warn people, make sure you've got at least a full day. Maybe like do it on a Friday if you've got a mellow weekend ahead, because it can get really busy between all the messages and setting up explore calls. And so you just want to make sure you have the flexibility to really help those people who are interested.
All right. And with that, we are going to be finishing up today. We definitely thank you all for being on. Thank you for sharing an hour of your time with us this morning. But you know what? Congratulations for being on the call and making the effort and showing that, hey, I'm motivated to get this going, to help other people and share what is making you feel so good with other people, so they're experiencing the same thing with you. Congratulations, because that's a big step in moving forward in your business.
Yeah, thank you, everyone.
All right, you guys have a great day. Made my morning great.
Yeah.